Hi, good evening to you all, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world today. So today, guys, I want to tell you all what to do and, give you some pointers on how to leave a toxic relationship, because not everybody can just up and walk out of an abusive or toxic relationship or household. So I just want to let you guys know a few things that you can do. You have to be very serious about what I'm going to tell you all today, because it could potentially save your life, your children's life if you have children, and it could just give you another shot at healing too as well, y'all. So usually when someone is in a toxic relationship, there are ups and downs, roller coasters. It's usually very narcissistic, probably breaking up and getting back together, breaking up, getting back together, usually over the same things over and over again. If it's not the same things over and over again, it's similar things that happened before. And if you have been part of this vicious cycle for a while, then you know that every time you went back, things got worse. Every time you went back to this specific person, either it was worse than what they did. It's usually worse than what they did to you the last time you guys broke up. It's like everything would be okay when you first get back with them after breaking up after a certain amount of time, and then it just reverts back to the old toxic patterns that you guys have been going through, and usually it's just much worse. It gets worse every time you return back to that abuser, to that person. And this could be men and women, y'all, not just for women, okay? Because there are men out here that are being abused, whether it's verbally, and other types of physically too, in other types of ways. And this is called trauma bonding. Y'all look that up if you hadn't heard of that before. And even before this stage, there is a stage where you create a soul tie within that person, with you and that person. This is why it's hard for most people to leave and stay gone. Usually when a person leaves, they mean it. When they first leave, they don't want to be with the person no more, but they somehow end up getting reeled back in. And this is also due to like demonic contracts being in the spiritual realm, you coming into agreement with that person. And so if you guys aren't married, you most likely are married in the spiritual realm, and you have some types of demonic contracts that you may not be aware of. And every time you leave and come back, you add to the soul tie, you strengthen the soul tie, and you add to the trauma bonding. And it says that it takes a person at least 7 times to leave a person before they actually truly get a chance to break free. But we also know that some people don't get those 7 times, those 7 chances before something happens to them where they're never the same, or they end up losing their lives. So when you decide to leave, you have to be 100% sure that that is what you want to do. You can't be half-stepping with this at all, because when you leave, the first thing I want to say about leaving is, when you leave, do not tell them where you are going. Do not argue. Try not to argue with them too. Do not tell them where you are going. You must have a well thought out plan whenever you decide to leave this person. And they may snap if you end up telling them that you're leaving. If you end up telling them that you want to leave, that you don't want to be with them anymore, they may snap on you. They may snap on you, and someone may end up either in jail or in the grave. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be you. You have to be smart and move accordingly. Because there's some crazy people out here, and you just never know. If somebody's saying that they can't live without you and all of that, take that stuff serious and take it to heart, because they're not joking. They are serious about that. In most cases, they are. And sometimes it can be a demon just making you feel like you stuck and like you can't go anywhere, and that is a lie, because you can, okay? I know that you may get tempted to tell them that you're leaving them, especially if they start an argument and you're in the middle of a heated argument. Don't argue back with them, and resist the urge to say that you're leaving them, because that could make them snap, and then you will end up stuck with them for even longer, because they did something to strengthen the trauma bond and add to the soul tie and all of that. So just try to avoid arguing with them altogether. And if you can, just gray rock them if it's possible. If you know how to gray rock people, especially if they are narcissists or have narcissistic tendencies, What is gray rocking, or how do you gray rock a person? Basically, it's not showing any emotion on your face or in your voice whenever they talk to you. Or if they try to start an argument, just, give dry answers like, yeah, or no, or, just be very uninteresting, okay? Seem very uninterested in what they talking about too as well. Start saying stuff to try to tick you off. Do not show that it's bothering you. And a lot of times that can be hard to do, I know. But y'all, I actually learned this in high school. So the Lord was actually prepping me for some stuff back then that I learned in high school from other people, messing with me and stuff. And I pretended like it didn't bother me, and that they went on about their business. But you also got some type of people that will get upset and want to physically fight you because you are because they are being gray rocked. So you have to be careful with that too as well. And guys, make sure that you got somewhere to go, okay, ahead of time. Don't wait till the last minute to get this stuff together. You have to have it already thought out. Do not say anything to this person, okay? I'm trying to help y'all. For those of you who don't know how to safely leave a toxic partner as safe as possible. These are some pointers that I know about. But when you get ready to leave, it may be best to get law enforcement to accompany you whenever you are gathering your belongings. You need to call them ahead of time and let them know to come and just be there to make sure that they don't try to do you any harm while you get your things. Just let them know this person is abusive, and I just don't want to be get my stuff by myself. I need somebody here to make sure that I'm protected while I get me and my children somewhere safe. And guys, do not let your abuser know where you are going. Don't tell them much of anything. If you can't help it, don't tell them nothing, okay? This is a clean break that I'm trying to give you guys, okay? So don't let them know where you're going. In some cases, they already know because they met your family and all of that, and they know where you're likely to go. But this is where you may need to have go get a restraining order put in place. Yeah, it's a piece of paper, but it does matter and it does help. If they know they have a restraint, it's more mental than anything. If they know that there's a restraining order on them and all of that, it's less likely for them to do certain stuff, depending on the person. But it does help, because if they do break the restraining order, at least you can call the police and have them arrested. And if they do break it, you're going to have to call the police to let these people know that you are serious. Because if you have been in a toxic relationship, 9 times out of 10, the abuser does not even take you serious anymore. If they ever have taken you serious, they definitely don't take you serious now, because you stayed with them all those years and put up with all of that mess. So they look at you as weak. So in most cases, you are going to have to show them people that you're not playing. Once you have those things in place, you could probably do this before all of this. But one of the other pointers I have is that you may have to block them on all social media sites. Block their phone number. You may have to even get a new cell phone number, a new phone number, and you might have to even deactivate your page for a while. Like, this is supposed to be a clean break. In other words, you have to go no contact with this person, because if they keep interrupting and you keep seeing them and talking to them in the middle of your healing process, it's going to throw you back, and you might end up back with them, and they're going to be even more upset at you and probably take you out because, okay, you done called the police on them and all of that kind of stuff. So don't go back, okay? The whole thing, you cannot go back at this point. Like I said, you may have to change your phone number, change your social media sites, all of this stuff. You got to really mean business whenever you leave a toxic person, y'all. Your life depends on it. If it is this serious, and 9 times out of 10 it is. A lot of times it is this serious, because like I said, there are demons involved in all of this. And their goal is to take you out. And if they can take you out through an abusive and toxic relationship, then you best believe that that's what they're going to do. So, okay, now if they show up anywhere near you, like at your job and stuff like that, this ties back to the last point that I said. I'm talking about they just want to talk and all of that, call the police. The restraining order should already be in place, or in progress or whatever. If not, still call the police, or don't talk to them face to face, because it's women that have gotten murdered on their jobs, where dudes have came to their jobs and taken their lives. So be careful of that too as well. You can, like I said, you can never go back, like never, because like I said, it's going to be worse, just like it was whenever before you went through this type of process. You have to give yourself time to heal, give yourself time to process everything. You have to get yourself in a different mind space, you know. And I know a lot of y'all don't be want to do this. It's going to feel weird at first. You're going to be, I can't believe I'm doing all of this. You know, it is a little unbelievable, especially if you know, that wasn't your intentions, and you and the person probably started off great and all of that kind of stuff. But it's about how is this person now? How are they treating you today as we speak? If they really cared, they would have kept up the good instead of reverting to mistreatment. But guys, okay, so once things cool off, if you all have been separated with this person for a while, they are going to come back eventually and try to get you back. Usually toxic people, and you leave them and all of that, they all come back in some form, shape, or fashion. This is in most cases. Like I said, you don't ever go back to them. Don't ever go back. Once you leave, you're gonna have to move differently and act accordingly. Ladies, carry you some pepper spray, carry you some tasers or something like that. Get you some type of permit, okay, license to carry or something like that if you have to, because it is this serious. I'm about to give you guys some juicy details right quick, okay? So leaving a toxic relationship, after leaving, you're going to feel horrible, whether you was ready to leave or not, whether you're happy that you left, all of that. You're gonna have periods of ups and downs, happiness, sadness, depression, here, bouts of depression probably here and there. Guess what? That is absolutely normal. That is everything you feeling is normal. It's normal to feel that way. But guess why? Because your body, your mind, and your soul is detoxing itself from the poisons from that toxic relationship, and that's why you having those feelings like that. You ever went through a detox, like a food detox, and you did like a juice cleanse and you was feeling funny? This is the same thing, but it's even more intense because you're ridding yourself of toxins from your spirit, and that's the reason why you're feeling like that. But and sometimes the devil will try to catch you in the middle of that process, and a lot of times you are a little weaker because you're going through that stage where you're healing and all that stuff. But you got to be strong, y'all. Don't go back, because your life depends on it. Y'all, deliverance, if you get deliverance, it will help this process. It will speed up the process. It will help to cleanse you and remove those toxins and the ties and things like that from that past relationship. That's how that goes. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video right here. If I come up with something else to tell y'all, I will definitely come back and let you all know. But those are some steps, okay, that you can do. But like I said, you have to be serious about it. You cannot backtrack when it comes to this. Even though you were probably in a getting abused and all that, it's gonna be times that you probably gonna want to go back. And mostly that's your flesh, and then that's the unhealed version of you that want to go back. It's not you. Your spirit man don't want that, okay? So yeah, guys, I love y'all. I hope this video helped, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.